All right, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. All right, so again, it has been a while. I do have a lot going on. I could be potentially moving. I do not know. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that's up in the air. So, but a lot has been going on. A lot has happened. We have Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin going down as it usually does. It's going to go down and it's going to go back up. We all know that we have a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes as far as um, regulations, right? The infrastructure bill and what they're considering as a broker. Please look that up for some of you guys. What I really do want to talk about, and I do need to go into other things, but I kind of really want to talk about this because I think it's important. I think it's important for people to understand something, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency. So, first and foremost, I wanted to talk about this interview between Peter Schiff and Alex Manshinsky on Kitco. Now, as many of you guys know, I always watch Kitco. You'll probably see my comments on there. I'm a huge Kitco fan. I love being educated, but I love listening to the thoughts and the opinions of those who actually are in the financial system or have been in the financial system for a while, and how they see gold and Bitcoin and different commodities, right? But so I was listening to this interview and I'm thinking to myself, Peter Schiff is an idiot. I want to say this in the nicest way I possibly can. What he believes in, we're never going to know in our lifetime. He believes that Bitcoin is going to crash. He calls it the biggest bubble ever. He said, oh, it could be here, it could be then, it could be, it could be 40 years from now, 50 years from 100 years from now. We don't know. I just know that it's a bubble. That kind of, that doesn't tell anybody anything. That just says that you're against something and you really don't understand its intrinsic value, because in the interview, he stated that Bitcoin has no value whatsoever. Now, the other guy, Alex Manshinsky, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I haven't heard much about him or know much about him, but he said that gold has no value either. Or it should, and basically they were going back and forth and they were really going in circles. So I kind of want to shorten things up, and me shorten things up, yeah, right. I kind of want to just talk about how the circles that's happening right here. So, Peter Schiff is basically, at the end of the day, he does not believe that Bitcoin has any kind of value whatsoever, because you cannot, its use case, there's no use case. So basically, if everybody just said, hey, you know what? I don't believe in Bitcoin anymore, and so I'm not going to use it. And there you go, the value is gone. We can kind of say the same thing for fiat currency. If everyone doesn't believe, because basically it's a promissory note, it's a note saying, hey, my government gave me this and it is worth this. But if nobody believes in it, nobody's going to use it. And therefore it has no value. So a lot of the different currencies, when they go to different countries, have no value. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but we can get into the use case of Bitcoin and gold. But my thing is this: because I did write down some notes here, and before I get into these notes, I'm going to let you guys know automatically, I do try to see things from an unbiased point of view. I really try hard to see things from an unbiased point of view. And what Peter was talking about was that he believes that everything is going to go back to the gold standard. He's into the gold. He's back in the gold standard, back in the old Western days. You have an ounce of gold and you're trading it here. And he wants to make gold digital because, nothing can go wrong with having digital gold. Anyway, so he believes that there should be some kind of digital gold. My question and I actually have a couple of things, not questions, but my statement is this. How would that work? Right? So right now, and this is what I'm talking about, is people saying this is not working, this is not working, this is not working. What does work? What is the solution that you have? And just saying that, oh, we should have a digital goal is not a solution. That's just like me saying, oh, well, we should have a digital, what was that I said before? A Kakashi coin. Okay, how's it going to work? What is the tokenomics? What is it going to do? What is the value? What is the supply going to be? You know, what is it? All of these things. So having said that, how efficient, just think about this. How efficient do you think that we can make something backed out of gold pieces? Like an ounce of gold, right? Like, and he was saying that, oh, you know, everybody's going to be using. Well, at the end of the day, no one has their own ownership of gold, right? Especially if it's electronic. I can have my own electronic ownership of Bitcoin. If I have my keys and I have my wallet and it's in a cold wallet, I can have my own ownership. Meaning I can take it, I can put it somewhere, I can hide it somewhere, I can do whatever I want with it. With electronic gold, you can't do that. You don't have complete control. There's a third party that has complete control because you don't own the gold, right? And then where's the proof that that person actually has that gold? See the problem here? So again, I get tired of people making statements about things that they don't really say, okay, well, what is the solution? A couple of weeks back, some of you guys, I know I lost a lot of subscribers. Oh well, got upset with me because I was criticizing Holochain. I'm sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, this channel is called The Crypto Truth, and I'm going to give you the truth as I see it. That's why I say things that way. At the same time, while I did all of that, some people probably didn't even make it there, but I had viable solutions to the issues and the problems that Holochain that they have right now, that will help solve the problems that they're having at this very moment. So if you're going to complain or you're going to say something or say something's not working, have a solution. Especially if you're so much against it, have a better solution. If you don't have a better solution, then I'm sorry, I don't know what you're complaining about. We complained about the fiat system for a long period of time, but there was nothing but, well, there was gold, and then people could use stocks and try to use real estate as a hedge. But the thing about it is that there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we can do. And so the only thing that we can do is provide good, responsible ways of using that fiat currency to minimize the damage that it has created. Now we have options. Now we have blockchain, and to a lesser degree, holochain until it's up and running. We will talk about holochain in a second, because I do believe at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about holochain because there have been some updates on Elemental Chat, different things like that. You guys look on Twitter, update yourselves. You guys should understand. I do have some comments about holochain. I'm going to leave that to the end of the video, but I really want to talk about Peter Schiff and Alex Manshinsky. So I did write a couple of notes down. And the first thing is Peter Schiff, he talked about the greater fool theory, right? Well, if you get into this, then these people, only the people at the top are making money. Doesn't it work like that with stocks? If I'm not mistaken, if you get in a stock early, right, the more people that purchase the stock, or I should say, the more successful the company is, the more money that you're actually making. So you're at the top. Any cryptocurrency, anything that you get in early on, that's why they call them penny stocks and stuff like that, you can make a whole lot of money from, because of the fact that people that are going to invest after you. So he was talking about, oh, these people, they're saying people are trying to get rich off of Bitcoin. I honestly don't think a lot of people are trying to get rich off of Bitcoin. I see all of these people talking on these interviews, and none of them mention people like myself, people like the working poor or the lower middle class, people who don't have a lot of money, right? They're not talking about us. That's where all of the opportunity lies, is with us. And these people are talking about, oh, well, this institution has gotten involved, and my clients, they own 2 or 3 Bitcoin or 5% of their portfolio. People that I know don't even have a fucking portfolio. Excuse me, don't even have a portfolio. Don't even have any money. Sorry about that, you guys. My point is that when we're looking, when we're listening to these interviews and we're looking on live TV, they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's going on down below, down with the people who are struggling to live, who are working every day, who are trying to find different means of income. They don't know what it feels like. They have no clue. And so they have these opportunities to sit back and be like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work out. Yeah, back in 19... yeah, we used to do that, but not anymore. We need to go back to the gold standard, back when we separated from the dollar was just wrong. Separated from gold is just wrong. And we need to, come on, people. This is what I'm talking about. This is why they don't understand. This is why a lot of people don't understand anything about Bitcoin or the opportunities that blockchain provides, right? And yes, I get it. Some people are like, oh, it's Bitcoin right now is just so expensive. And that's another reason why I don't think that a lot of people are purchasing Bitcoin to get rich. If you're purchasing Bitcoin to get rich, then you must have some serious dollars, because of the fact that you got to put in some, first off, you got to put in some serious cash to make money in the first place. So at that point, most people are already rich that are investing in Bitcoin. The people who are already investing in Bitcoin and putting millions and millions of dollars into Bitcoin, they already have a lot of money. So I really don't understand exactly where he's coming from with that. But again, they are out of touch. Most people who do have a lot of money are out of touch. They really don't understand. The struggles that the everyday people have, especially over here in America. People are struggling. Like, you've worked your whole entire life. Check this out. You've worked your whole entire life, right? You worked 15, 20 years, and you've saved up $15,000 to $20,000. Just say you saved up $15,000, $20,000, $40,000, $50,000, whatever it is. And then you say, you know what? I want to purchase a home for me and my family. I have worked hard. I have dedicated myself. And then you take that fiat money and you tell these people, hey, I want to purchase this. They say, well, what it is that the housing market has taken off now. So, and then there's inflation. So what you saved up is not worth it anymore. Like, what you've been saving up, it's great. It's good. You've been working 40 hours a week for 15 years straight or 10 years straight to save up this money so you can purchase a home. But somebody else somewhere with a lot of money who are rich, or they come down and they say, I want to purchase that home. This person offered that. That's fine. Give them $20,000 more. Talk to their realtors. Give them $20,000 more. Yeah, we'll take it. That's how it's working. And so all of the working everyday people are getting kicked out of their homes. Rent is going up. They can't afford a place to live. Again, there's a lot going on right now. And I might be a touch sensitive about this because I'm moving, so I have a lot going on. But I've been talking about this long time ago and long time before. So anyway, there's that. And then he's talking about, he doesn't understand, Peter Schiff, that is talking about the risk that people take when they're investing in Bitcoin. Well, let me tell you something. Let me put it this way. The rich people are investing in Bitcoin because they have enough money to make that risk. They have enough money to make $500,000, $600,000 worth of Bitcoin. You know what? I'll put it into that because, hey, you know what? If it takes off, it's good. If it don't, all right, bad business venture. That's it. Okay, I've seen people waste money more at casinos, and I don't see Peter Schiff complaining about people wasting money in casinos. Why? Because obviously he has something against Bitcoin. I don't understand. I don't get it. But when we're talking about wasting money, and he was talking about energy and all this other stuff, and criminals and all this other good stuff, it's obvious that he's just trying. This is great for entertainment. By the way, I bet Kitco is eating this all up. Great for entertainment. Okay, so it is what it is. So going back to taking a risk. Well, the people who don't have a lot of money, who are investing in Bitcoin, hey, you know what? Back when it was 10,000, I know some people that are like, I put a couple thousand in and I'm just going to leave it there. And the other people put 3,000 to 4,000 in, I'm just going to leave it there and let it grow. They're not thinking that they're going to be multi-millionaires in the next couple of years. They don't think the Satoshi value is going to be $500 per Satoshi. It'd be great if it was, but nobody's thinking that. People are still trying to understand blockchain and holochain and all this kind of stuff. They're not really trying to they don't really get what's going on. So when you're talking about people trying to get rich off of Bitcoin, you are wrong all the way. Statistics are there. I'm not going to sit here and go through statistics with you guys. Most people who are already involved in Bitcoin specifically are already rich. Now, we can talk about other cryptocurrencies another day because, yes, there are a lot of people who are taking risks in the cryptocurrencies. And do you guys know why they are taking risks with cryptocurrencies? Because they rather take risks with cryptocurrencies because they don't know anything else or anywhere else to go or to put their fiat currency in which they can make more, so they would rather take the risk. And what is for some people, you take $1,000 or $2,000 and you put it in a cryptocurrency and you just hope and pray and you hold on for dear life and hope it goes up. If not, then what's going to hurt me? I'm still gonna be poor and broke. So this is a risk when you're having who is it? I believe it's Dimwitty. I forgot what team he plays on now. I think he used to play for the Nets. I think he might play for Chicago. Not sure. Timberwolves. I think he might play for Timberwolves. Not sure. Anyway, the point is that he was like, this is the greatest. This is an asset change. And this is a new asset, completely new asset. And he's like, it's going to make millionaires and billionaires. This is an NBA player. So obviously, he is ahead of the curve, but he has a lot of money to which he can put in. If it don't work out, it's fine. If it does, excellent. A lot of people, working class, working poor, middle class, high middle class, a lot of people are trying to figure out how to get to that next level. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to repeat that. I did make a video on that before. And then, so I just want to state that, you know, his mentality, Peter Schiff's mentality on this whole Bitcoin thing is he doesn't really get it. He doesn't understand. And to be honest with you, he is ignorant. And I'm not saying ignorant that he's stupid. Let's get the word right. Ignorant is when you don't really, that you don't understand. And I should say he's ignorant in the aspect that he doesn't understand the economy. He doesn't understand people who are trying to work, who are trying to find something that works. Because he did state that Bitcoin does not work. Or what if everybody just stopped believing in Bitcoin? Well, we can say that with almost just about anything, which is what I said earlier. So I'm not going to go in a circle. All right. One of the things is what I found interesting, he was like, he will jump into the Bitcoin wagon when he said, when the world is operating on Bitcoin and Satoshis only. Well, that's never going to happen. I'm telling you guys, and for you guys who are Bitcoin maximalists, I'm sorry. No, you know what? I'm not sorry. I don't really understand how you can think that there's only going to be one currency from blockchain. And I stated that the way I did because of the fact that there are going to be different use cases, just like there's one just like there's multiple different currencies throughout the countries, there's going to be one. There's going to be multiple currencies or digital assets throughout the world that are going to be used. So I do believe that Bitcoin will be used as a store of value and is a very good store of value and will continue to be a good store of value from now and for years to come. So I don't think that there's going to be any I don't think that Bitcoin is going to be dropping off the map anytime soon. Okay, so now I'm going to shift over because he was talking about, they were talking about, he goes, well, what if, and I said, oh yeah. So the lady, I can't remember her name, but she asked, she says, what if the internet, what happens when the internet goes out? And Alex said, hey, well, you know what? Everything, you just have to wait for everything to come back up again. Probably the banks won't be ready and, you know, people lose money, but people will still be able to transact in Bitcoin. This is very true. Usually what's going to happen is, especially it depends on what exchange you're with, right? If you're exchanging your, if you're transacting in from one exchange to another hot wallet to another hot wallet, then yeah, I imagine there may be problems, even more problems. But if you're going from one cold wallet to another, or you're putting it into a hot wallet, or you're sending it off to another place, I do believe that the blockchain will be up and running and more efficient than the regular whatever system that others are working on. Different distributed ledger technologies, right? And this is why, and I'm going to go into this is why holochain, right? This is why holochain, I believe, is going to make it far. First off, there's no Ethereum 2.0, so the fees are still high. Sharding, some companies have, they are great at sharding, but that's all that they have. And they're doing some other things with it because obviously it's run on a blockchain. There's a lot of positive things that are on the blockchain. So once all of these things come together, it's going to be great. I believe that holochain is going to make things run a little bit better. And I shudder to think what would happen if we have Bitcoin and other things running on holochain. That's actually going to be a scary moment because of the fact that now everyone is going to be using holochain, and whether the internet, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the internet goes out. It doesn't matter what happens. Everybody's still going to be operating and doing their thing because things are running on holochain. There's going to be hosting is going to be done, throughout the world instead of just at one center hub or multiple hubs like Amazon Web Services and others. So we can look forward to holochain. Now, holochain, this is a perfect segue into holochain. Holochain has a long way to go. That's just my own personal opinion. This, if you guys think about it, and I've talked about this before, if you're into the project and you're jumping into holochain right now, please know this. This has got to be the most slowest asset I have ever seen in my whole entire crypto career, as far as growth is concerned. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be, well, it went up 3,000% last year, whatever. If you look at when Bitcoin holochain came out until now, you will see that it is extremely slow. The process has been slow. They're learning how to organize things. And you guys already know about my gripes that I've had about holochain in the past. I do think it's a slower project. I don't think that somebody's going to come out with anything before them as far as what they're specifically trying to do. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact, and this has happened, they asked this question about the internet, about quantum computers. In the interview, they talked about quantum computers, and Alex Manshinsky was like, that they hasn't been invented yet, and all of this thing. But here's the reality. The reality of it is anything electronic can break. Anything electronic can break. Let me repeat that, people. Anything electronic can break. Okay? So or it is possible to mess up in some sort of way, right? The thing about it is what are the odds of that happening? Like, what are the odds of, the whole entire internet and the entire world shutting down? Or, what are the odds of that happening? It's not great odds. So I do want to make a point that it's extremely important as we invest in different cryptocurrency projects, especially ones like Holochain. You have to understand that this is going to take some time. It's frustrating. I've stated this in my other video, but it is a little bit frustrating. People, you say, oh, I'm into this solid project, right? You've talked about this a while. I'm in this solid project. And then they're like, well, I'm going to invest in Dogecoin. And then Dogecoin, and then this is when Dogecoin was less than a cent. And then Dogecoin goes to 60 cents. And then they're looking at you like, and you're like, but it's a solid project. Okay. that's what they're gonna look at you like, okay. So this is a new, so you have to be patient, and everyone has to learn how to be patient, especially with companies and organizations like these. I believe in investing in solid projects, and that's why I invest in Holochain. That's why I have a little bit in Holochain, because I do believe in having solid projects and keeping them over time. Now, once they do start off, and once they do pop off, and once they do start to gain traction, things are going to look real good. But that's when that happens. Not if, I'm going to say when. I think there's too much information out there. There's too much going on. There's too much behind the scenes for a Holochain to be a flop, right? There's so many things that has to happen for this organization to just flop down flat on its face. So I think, me personally, I think we'll be fine as far as Holochain, at least those who invest in Holochain is concerned. But I think I'll end it right there. I think I covered everything, because I do have a lot of comments. That Peter Schiff guy, it's like, really, dude, really, like, this is what we're doing. He reminds me, he's the Charles Barkley of the financial space, just out there just saying some crazy stuff. It's like, what, dude? Like, really? Like, you really got to do it like that? You really got to say it like that? And first off, it's just your opinion. You really don't know. But again, great entertainment value. Although, me personally, I don't want to be that idiot. I don't want to look like an idiot. I apologize. I can't go out there looking like an idiot, supporting or talking trash about something, and having and being so vehemently against it, right? I've even learned my lesson. So I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna close on this. So you guys remember, I was against Shiba Inu. Not really against, but I really don't understand. And I still don't understand NFTs, by the way. But I do understand non-fungible tokens in a different light. Not necessarily for the whole art thing. That's not really my thing. So I don't understand it from that point of view. But I do understand it from the point of view of like ticketing and proof and all that other good stuff. So I do understand that. I did have a point. Dang it, I had a huge point that I wanted to make. And I'm sorry, you guys, I got to circle back. I didn't necessarily write it here because I thought I was going to remember, but I got to make this point. One of the issues of why Bitcoin is not going to be the only cryptocurrency is because of, or why big cryptocurrency to use is because of the fact that, okay, you got to think about in economic terms. If we were to use Bitcoin and Bitcoin only, how would you earn Bitcoin? So you have to work for somebody or someone who has Bitcoin, right? And not only that, so they have to purchase the Bitcoin. But then how do you physically like just work for it for yourself? You can't. You can't dig it out of the ground. I mean, you can't. So you have to mine Bitcoin, which is a little bit different. So now the miners are becoming more of a government type of thing, right? And that's why I don't believe that. I think it, and I know many of you guys may disagree with me on this, but I just think it's way too complicated for Bitcoin to be used by everyone for it to be the only one to make it. So that's why I do believe that there will be other crypto projects out there to make things better, faster, and I think it'll be just fine from there. So, but anyway, that's what I wanted to end it on. Sorry about that. I had to circle back, but it's been life has been great. I hope you guys understand that everything that's been going on in the system. Oh, by the way, I love playing basketball. The LA Lakers, the Staples Center that's been there for years. I mean, years. We're talking history here. They changed their name to Crypto.com Stadium. I believe it's called Crypto.com Stadium. I know it's Crypto.com something. But awesome. You guys have to understand that this is the future. Cryptocurrencies are the future. For people who are not jumping on the bandwagon, I don't understand what your trepidation is. I don't understand why I don't get what's holding you up. I just don't. But anyway, please, you guys have a great day. Please, as I always say, do your own research. Do your own research. Wow. Let me say that again. Do your own research. Do your own research. Do your own research. And last but not least, you guys, please, above all else, stay safe out there. Bye, you guys.